And this is how your home starts to feel elevated, not rushed. With intention, one room at a time. This is how you create value. This is how you do things correctly. And this is how you're going to do things without breaking the bank. Okay? Hello, my name is Marlon Dia. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I am currently transitioning to home decor, home renovation, and DIYs. If you like to see stuff like that, go ahead and subscribe and like and hit the notification button because I have a lot coming that you're going to want to see. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how people renovate their homes and how you can renovate on a budget, how you can do decor on a budget, just giving you my tips and tricks of things that I've learned over time to help you save money. Because one thing about home decor, it is not meant to break the bank. It is not meant to break the bank. You are going to want to do your projects one room at a time with intention. This is how you do things correctly, okay? We're gonna start with tip number one. Tip number one is making sure you get more education. Making sure you get more education.
Y'all see how I'm struggling with that shelf? Yeah, that's how you're gonna struggle if you don't listen. I could not get that little tiny nail to go in that thing to save my life. I could not get the nail in there to save my life. Looking back, it's funny, but at the time, it was very frustrating.
Now, when I say get more education with DIY, if you want to be a DIY girly, like as you can see in my closet video, there were things that I didn't do correctly. You're going to come across lots of things that you're going to want to do and you're going to want to fix. You just have a passion for fixing things. I am like that too. I just have a passion for fixing things. We want to fix things, but this is your home. You're working on return on investment. If this is not your forever home, and even if it is your forever home, you want to make sure you're doing things correctly. The first thing you're going to want to do is go down to your local community college and ask to take continuing education courses for residential construction. Residential construction. Now, when I say take continuing courses for residential construction, it's because you're going to want to do things correctly. Residential construction, they're going to teach you how to lay tiles. You're going to want to do crown trims, right? Drywall and all those things. You're going to want to learn blueprint, basic electricity, just things like that. So that way, if you ever sit down and decide I am going to take on this project on my own, you're going to make sure you're doing it correctly. Now, that is going to be the best investment that you can invest in yourself as a DIYer, okay? Because there are going to be like basic projects in your home that you would be able to tackle down without having to call a contractor. Now, when you see a lot of these videos, there are these moms that some can build fireplaces by themselves. They can build a whole TV system wall by themselves. And you're thinking like, I can do this. I just need to watch this video 5 to 6 times and I can do this, until you actually get into it. Then you realize this is actually not an easy job. And then you start cutting corners. Then you start trying to figure out where you can glue something, where you can, to still get the same look. And it ends up not looking the way it's supposed to look. I have lots of videos on my channel that are like that, okay? And it's because it's like, oh, at least I tried. But honestly, you want to do things correctly, because when you're selling your house tomorrow and then somebody else is coming in there to take a look, they want to make sure this was done right, okay? They want to feel like it was done by a contractor, even if it wasn't, because you have that education and you have that training. So make sure you're taking that as your very first step. So that's a mistake that you don't want to make, that I feel like a lot of DIYers make, and I myself made that mistake. Go down to your local community college and take a continuing residential education course, okay? You're going to thank yourself later. Now, moving on. When you want to take on a project and you decide, I don't want to DIY this project, I want this project done, but I want to get a contractor. Do not go to a bigger company. Bigger companies will charge you 50% more than what a local contractor would charge you. When I say local contractor, I mean Thumbtack. They're not sponsored by this video, duh. I'm not sponsored, okay? But the Thumbtack I've used numerous of times for projects in the past, and I'm currently still using a contractor on Thumbtack to this day. Okay, get on Thumbtack. These local contractors, they went to school, they have their license, they are certified to do everything that they say that they're certified to do, or that they know how to do. And a lot of times they have pictures that they can show you of previous work that they've done in the past. I have hired a bigger construction company before in the past, and I've hired a local Thumbtack contractor, and they charged 50% more than what the Thumbtack contractor charged me. He was a one-man army. He laid how many hours it was going to take him, how many days it was going to take him to do the job, and how much he charges for himself for labor. Contracting company, they come with multiple people. They may do the job faster, but they will charge you 50% more. So make sure you're getting on the Thumbtack. Make sure you are getting 2 to 3 different contractors, and you're comparing their prices, and you're looking at pictures and reviews of this contractor to see if they can do the job the right way. All right. So tip number 3, when you've done your continuing education course, you're aware that there are contractors on Thumbtack that would charge way cheaper than what a bigger construction company would charge. Now, this is a tip that I've used in the past, the 3rd one. This is a tip that I continue to use to this day. Now, when you see somebody post a video on YouTube and they say, this is how I renovated my kitchen, and then they said the contractors came, they did this, they did that, they put out this, and then you see this luxury looking before, well, not before, but after video, and you're like, oh my god, that is so cool. I bet that cost an arm and a leg to do. Majority of the time it does. But this is how people like myself have been able to do bigger jobs in the past without breaking the bank. Okay, let me make sure my camera is recording. All right. You want to make sure you're putting months in between your bigger projects. Now, when I say bigger projects, I'm not talking about little decor. If you decide, I am going to remove my cabinets, I'm going to replace all my cabinets, I'm going to redo my pantry, like big projects like that, or I'm going to do my bathroom, I'm going to put a tile shower in here, like stuff like that. You're going to do one room, depending on how big the room is, depending on how big the space is, you're going to have to divide those big spaces into sections and do them one at a time. Okay, you can do the shower first, change out the vanity next, replace the lights next, and then plan your projects slowly with intention, one room at a time. And this is how your home starts to feel elevated, not rushed. This is how you create value. This is how you do things correctly, and this is how you're going to do things without breaking the bank. Okay, so like, comment, and subscribe for more, and I'll see you beautiful people next time.